Good afternoon. Now, this is part 2 of this Sunday afternoon with Lockers, or John Lockwood. You know, Lockers, I mean, it sounds a little bit, I don't know, but it's what it says. That's the title
Lockers,
of the
that
show.
is my nickname. That's why we chose it, because it's actually my email address, which I've had for years.
Actually, John,
I mean, you know, a lot of people know me as Lockers.
It is. You know, we could do a joke as well in Spanish, loco.
Which
is a good one.
Locos is mucho loco.
Anyway, don't worry. We are not going to do the show in Spanish. Don't you worry.
Just carry on as normal.
Right, anyway, we have had a very busy show the previous hour, lots of sellouts, so make sure that, you know, you check out your baskets. If you're just tuning in, well, let's have a quick recap of what it is left. Now, we have a set of 4 Izink Coal Grey and Eucalyptus pigment sprays. We had a bigger set, but now it has gone. That is all that is left. John, for fabric, paper, you know, so many different ways.
They're fantastic for fabric, for paper. They will work for anything, which is good. So you're talking machine washable. So you're talking machine washable once it goes on fabric, and it will go on anything. You can paint with silk, you can paint onto canvas, calico, anything like that. You can also go straight on to clothes, t-shirts, but paper, card, anything. That's what's so fantastic about these. You've got an opaque pigment spray, which you normally don't. I think the only one I can think of that's similar to it is Dina Wakley did like a glossy spray. Yeah. That was a pigment version. So there's not very much out there that will give you this colour intensity and opaqueness that you can get. But the fact you can use it on fabric again, it's just amazing. And really, to me, the black is the key. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's a true black. So if you want words across a T-shirt or a top or down jeans or anything like that, or, you know, if you're doing silk painting and you want the outline done, the black is just essential. Now, of course, here, of course, we have the amazing blues, and of course, we have got the colours in here. The Izink as well, you can see them there. Right, £16.99 is the price for a set of 4. 321848 is your item number. One of the bundles that John demonstrated at the end of the previous hour is the lucky dip of the Izink dropper, pigment droppers. Now, these have been incredibly popular. Over half the stock has gone. Now, we cannot tell you exactly which colors you're going to get. You're going to get 6 mixed colors. Now, they will be handpicked by one of the team at Craft Zoo, which actually are 3 crafters. That Jane, Penny, and what's the Linda. Linda will be, all 3 ladies will be kind of making sure that you are getting 6 beautiful coordinating colors that work together. Now, to be honest, if somebody goes for 2 sets, will they make sure that it's a... That we can't guarantee it. Okay. I'm sure they would try. If they're on the same order, I know all 3 of them would try to do that. They haven't sort of preset them. They are picking them as they come into order. But I would hate to promise something that I couldn't personally deliver on. And also, this is the thing with you and Crafts too, that you always under promise and over deliver. We'd rather do that, to be honest. We would much rather do that. If we have to put an extended on, we always try and go a day longer than we think it's going to be, just so we don't, again, nobody wants an over promise today. Indeed, they don't. Now, one of the things that I really cannot believe, this is a pigment water-based ink that dries on metal. It is, and that's what most people really struggle with. I mean, I've actually got here some metal, I think these are sterling silver, I'm not sure, embellishments. So you would think that, you know, you can't, how would you paint these? How would you colour these normally? Right. And most people, what you would think is, you would have to use an alcohol pen, wouldn't you? And then that would be translucent. Whoa, I have one unopened. Ooh. I must have replaced one of my colours. It might be a replacement, I don't have it. It's the geranium, so I have. So just to show you. So again, it should come out just like that. If it doesn't in yours, because it's a glass dropper, just pop that glass dropper into a glass of hot water. Right. And it will just clean it through. But this is straight, so this is just a normal brush straight onto metal. Look at that beautiful colour. There we go, done. Done. And that is permanent. Wow. gorgeous.
And fixed.
Look at that.
So, because I didn't actually, normally I bring some metal tins with me.
Well, the thing is, I'm going to say, at home, 60% of the stock has gone. Remember, it's a lucky dip, but it's hand-selected by crafters, so make sure that they will coordinate. It's amazing value for £14.99. They are going to last a long time. One of the questions I asked in between the shows was, would we be able to use with the media plates?
Yes, you would just add a little bit of water just to take them down a little bit, because that was the thing that I was actually saying, is that's using it neat.
Yeah.
So that's using it like it's, because you would imagine, when I've just done that, it makes me think of, and I'm sure I shouldn't say this word, so I'm just putting another coat on. You remember like the Airfix models? You know the little paints you used to get?
Yeah, absolutely.
You'd think it's like those. Those were very, very solvent-based, very heavy. Yeah. This is actually a water brush, yeah? So what I can do is, I can mix that with water, and still paint on the metal. And if I can get, if poor Marcus can get close enough, you'll be able to see, if I hold that up, that's not bobbled. Can you see?
Yep.
That's not gone into bobbles. That's gone straight onto the metal. And it won't. That will, once that's dry, that will be permanent and fixed, even though I've mixed it with water. And there is literally the smell. I mean, don't go smelling your paint. But there's hardly any smell to it. There's not a solvent.
Maybe a sniff.
Yeah? So please don't do it. But you've not got that solvent smell, because there isn't solvent in there. That's not how they've made.
No, absolutely.
Just love them.
They are gorgeous. Now, very, very busy now for them. Please make sure to check out your baskets. Over 60% of the stock has gone. I would say, like, I was asked which colors I want to receive. The true reality is I couldn't choose, and thank goodness I don't have to. Somebody else is going to choose them. Somebody who is also a crafter is going to do that job, and then, of course, putting them all together and send them to you. £6 saving, £14.99 is what you are paying for them. Now, the Nature Deco paints, we did have a complete collection. Oh, sorry, I need to do something, because I dropped something that could have been an accident, but it's not an accident. This may prevented my accident. Anyway,
was that your sangria that you've just kicked over? Come on, you know, it's 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. It should be we should be having sangria and having tapa, shouldn't we? Really?
The other day I was with a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine. We were talking about opening, like we were thinking, oh, Oundle doesn't have a cocktail bar. So we were kind of, and you know, we came out with a name as well. And I need to say it, the Platonic Locker.
Oh, I like that.
So then it's probably like, see, at 3 o'clock you go to the Platonic Locker to have a glass of water, of course you do. Anyway, so we have the Nature Deco 4 paint set. Now, we did have the bigger bundle, but now we have just 3 options for you with 4. Now, they have got all different item numbers. So if you want to go for white, taupe, water green, or glacier blue, that is one of its options, £16.99. Then we have the rose, the coral, the gorgeous bordeaux, and lemon. Now the options, rose boudoir. And then we have the last option, or it's different item numbers, which is the black, the turquoise, the jungle green and blood orange. Again, £16.99, 615014. That is, of course, the item number for the last option. John was using them in the last hour. Remember, you can catch our shows in the craftstore.com on Rewind as well. Right. Now, are you going to use them?
Well, I was just going to show you. This is an MDF routed plaque.
Right.
So this is another, I think it's another one of Ali Reeves, but it's actually routed, so it's not been laser cut. So it actually, that shows the raw MDF in the middle, which is one of the hardest things ever. This is the Rose Boudoir. I just squeezed it straight on, but if you see how that colours over straight away.
That's amazing.
No gesso or anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely, just love the way these work. No smell or anything. I've got a little bit there, so again, this is the raw edge inside. And this, to me, is almost like a quality test. So I'm going to take now a little bit of the darker one, which is is it the coral?
Coral, coral pink.
Which is beautiful. Hold on.
look at that. And these are the ones that are completely eco-friendly and 80% nature and least, and of course even the packaging recyclable, and the fact that they're water-based, but with that hemp oil.
It's hemp oil that's mixed in there. That's what gives them. Apart from the black, as I say, they're about 98%. The only bit that is not natural, to be honest, is the pigment. Oh, that's the only chemical element in there. And that's why it's so strong on the black. But this is what's so fab. That's straight onto MDF with really 2 shades of pale pink. But you see the beautiful blend.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
And the way that works.
Yeah.
And again, you could just simply take, you know, because they paint so well, I'm not very good at freehand painting. I'm not going to pretend, and I probably don't have the right shape of brush. But just going to work that. So you may see you come like sometimes a little bit lumpy.
Yeah.
Because of the way that it's actually been made. But you can just...
And that's something that I think is to do with oil as well. With
the oil, but you can just start to sort of...
Yeah.
I should have the right shape of brush, but you can start to paint on. I'm just going to work that through, just so I don't ruin it.
Yeah.
But again, I could do it with a green and do leaves, which would probably be better and show up more. But I just think they're fabulous and they work so well. And of course, all I'm doing, even though they're oil, they've got an oil in them, is just washing it in water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing else.
If you want to go for this option, the rose boudoir, the coral pink, the bordeaux, and the lemon, that is the item number 122712 is your item number. Now, moving on to the Izink eyes now glaze. Now, this is a complete collection, the only complete collection that we have got left, I believe. Now, we have been having a very busy hours here at the craft store. Now, this bundle, you are getting 80 ml pouches. The different things you can achieve. I love the different textures. You can do pours and you can mix and match. Look at this kind of, I love this. This is like the under the sea elements in there. And then you can bring in as well. Oh, this is one of your tutorials, you said,
It is.
John.
It's a tutorial I filmed for her Chanda. So the craft store should still have it. It's when it was on, I think I did it as one of the Freedom things.
Yeah.
So it should still be on the craft store servers somewhere.
Absolutely.
But it's basically just ice mixed with half PVA glue, which is, I've used the Craft Artist glue, half water, and you mix your own faux acrylic pour.
Wow. I love that. And it's just something very different as well. And you mentioned that it dried pretty quickly, didn't it?
It takes less than an hour to dry, unlike a normal pour, which can take days and days and days.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. But there is lots more techniques that you can do with this. I know, like, Leone loves them as well. Now, there is lots of different techniques. Remember that this Izink Eyes color glaze, you have got a flexi-buy, an option of 3 payments, £29.65, or one-off payment of £88.94. 156852 is your item number. I'm being asked to walk backwards. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. I have got chunky shoes. Anyway, we have the stencils, and now limited stock. They are just hanging out. Make sure that you check out your baskets. Yes, you have read it correctly. You are paying £9.99, saving £40. You are getting all 10 of them. Now, the assorted sizes and assorted designs, but you know, for instance, like this one, the really large one, you are only paying £9.99. Now, the very good point out by John himself that actually, if you open these ones, for instance, now this is actually 2 stencils. It's the same design, but it's 2 of them. So you can split them up if you wanted to, or you can do different techniques as well. One of the reasons why it's really cool to have both is because you have got here, for instance, this one is opaque, so you could put it through a light box, so you can see exactly the design. With the transparent one, you can fussy stencil. So that means that if, for instance, you have got a pattern paper, you can make sure that the design is exactly in the right position. So So having both suddenly makes your creativity and your crafting a lot easier as well. There are different techniques as well that you can do. First, for instance, you can use one for inks, one for texture paste, and that means that you can, while one is cleaning, you can use the next one. 341742 is your item number. Now, of course, you're getting all 10 stencils for $9.99 with that amazing saving. Now, you can find them on the website. Of course, thecraftstore.com is the website, so you will find everything that we have got on the show, plus more, including, of course, the vacuum. You look at those 5-star reviews as well for the glue applicator, the essentials, the Press to Impress stamping platform, which is absolutely fabulous. I'm the proud owner of one. Now, as well as the guillotine, the 8.5 inches as well, and the water brushes that, of course, John was using early on. Everything that you can find from there on the website, thecraftstore.com. But up next, of course, we want more of John, so take it away, John.
Right, so I thought I'd show you with the ice.
Yes.
I'll go a few things with this, because this is something quite a few people have asked me about, and I want to show you this.
Okay.
This is a flower.
Yeah.
So this is one of my pansy stamps. But can you see the colour and the mix in that? And the shine? That's actually made with the ice.
Yeah. Okay.
Because although this is, again, a permanent glaze that will work on concrete, glass, plastic, fabric, machine washable, it's so neutral you can actually stamp over it. This is stamped over with VersaFine.
Oh, I see.
It's not stays on. I've not had to use anything posh. It's really simple, but it makes, again, like we started with the first hour. I was trying to show you how to make a really nice background very, very quickly. This is the similar idea. So I'm going to use the same thing again. This time I'm using the ice. And can you see it's like this? Again, I love the tubes. The pouches they're in mean you normally get of products like this 50 mils. These are 80 mils. So you're getting more than half again. But the packaging is 100% recyclable. So you can just throw this in with your plastic waste. And it's recycled. There's no problems in there at all. And you can see, it's been a while since I've used them. But it's coming out fine, no problems.
No blockages.
Because it's kept airtight.
Because we
with
can
this,
come here.
With the actual seam. So I don't know why I've put them down in 3 blobs like that. I just normally do it randomly. And literally all I'm going to do is cover the paper. But you've got almost instantly marbled effect.
Wow.
Really simple. So you think at the minute, oh, you've not done a great deal. But what you can do, take the flat and scrape it off. And what it does is it takes a lot of the glaze off and leaves you with that. I hold that up. Just because I like to sort of try and fox poor Mr. Marcus. And you can see there now that is nearly dry already.
That's amazing.
But what we can do is take what's left of it and just effectively, similar idea to we did before, I'm just putting it down now and I've made my own colour. With flicks of that in. If I want to add a little bit more blue or something, I can do this. And this is what Seth Apter said about these. Is that he said you're only ever one layer away from magic.
So that's his thing.
That's his thing. So you just keep adding layers on, which you can. And of course, with this, we can do the tricks that he does, so we can scrape through. But they're not they're not the sort of things that I do. It's how do I bring this into my crafting. So what I would actually do now is I could dry that, but I can also, again, I can set that with a little bit of glitter embossing powder or just standard glitter. But it's strong enough to hold that. And again, I can just heat set it.
Because it is embossing powder.
And this will heat as the embossing powder does. So this will set, when it starts to set, it'll start winking at me, as I call it, which I never know if you see.
I love
but if it goes across, just trying to find the right bit, you'll see it starts to wink, which it just flashes at you. So I'm just heat setting that. But again, it's a case of now, right, okay, so I've got a really nice bright piece of paper. I'm just using a standard 250 GSM stamping card. Yeah, so nothing special, nothing spectacular, nothing really expensive. Because I'm cheap where I can be.
You are.
And let the products do it. You know, if I can save money on that, I will do. So just try and set the last bits of that. But again, what we've got then is, first of all, that's a really nice, in-depth background. Yeah?
Right, yeah.
Now, this is where I used my frame.
Yeah. Oh, that is kind of painful to see it. Because I love
because that, I have a box. Anyone who's seen me on Craft Cave or Facebook knows. Yeah. I have a box full of all of these.
Yes.
I keep every background I make on every show to bring forward, and you usually see them a couple of years later.
Yeah.
So I've just kept my frame, actually, but again, if we look at that now.
I love that.
Like a galaxy.
Yeah, it does. Or the waters of a river, you know, with that beautiful green.
Don't you feel like you've been really creative?
Yes.
It's one of those where you want to come and touch it. But again, as I said, the product is neutral.
Yeah.
Which means that we can actually, I'm just going to trim this down a little bit so I can go in the right place. Yeah. When I say about a product being neutral, I'm sure it's one of the things, I probably nicked it from you from one of your ink shows.
Right.
It doesn't affect it in any way. Yeah, it doesn't impact anything. So there are no solvents or anything in there. And although this is a glaze and it's shiny, there's no plastic.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, there is no polymer.
Plastic or polymer in there. Yeah. There isn't. So I'm just going to take the same butterfly stamp again. Pop it in the middle. Now, I haven't actually fully set all of the embossing powder, and I know that. So I probably should. Let's just, the bits I haven't, sorry.
Right.
I go home glittery again.
Oh,
that's nothing unusual.
Yeah. That's Sam mind, the glitter.
He's not bad, but when I go home and I've done a Christmas show and I'm covered in it, then I'm kind of allowed to, I have to go in the house into the hall and get changed before I go into the rest of the house.
I can imagine, because that's, yeah.
So
I remember when I used to work with a lot with glitter, and I still had wasabi, and it was either cat's hair or glitter, or both of them, so it would, you know.
So again, but this is standard. I'm using VersaFine. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not using a StazOn. I'm not using anything that's going to damage my stamp or anything like that. I'm not using Stays in Place. I'm using just a normal ink. Because we've got that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have just got that.
And other people don't want to use solvent.
So
look at
I've missed a few areas.
Yeah.
And that's me where it's not actually fully dry.
Yeah.
But I really love this.
Ah, look at that. Yeah.
Let's just pop the frame on.
Look at that. I love that.
And again, you've got something, we just trim it down.
Yeah.
But again, we could make flowers out of that or anything else. But, okay, so fair enough. We can use that. We can make our nice backgrounds. We can get a really nice glazy background. So I'll just hold that one up that you can see there. I actually like where it's missing.
I love that. I would definitely love that.
But if I take the other piece, which is now dry.
Yeah.
So this is the piece I did first, but this is exactly, so this was not only the same product, or the same colours, this was the same product. So I used the waste from this on this one. Again, this time I'm going to go on with standard VersaFine.
Yeah.
This is thinner and this is dry. I haven't put any sort of embossing powder to interfere on this. Make sure I give it a good stamping. Because being me, I'm using the most detailed stamp I've ever designed.
Of course.
And I've not chosen an easy one.
Yeah, why make it easy when you can make it difficult?
Well, exactly. You know? Yeah, as crafters, we're all really bad for that, I think, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah.
But can you see there?
Look at that. I love it.
So again, let's just peel off.
That frame is the hardest working frame in all crafting history.
Well, I thought, do I want to actually be sitting and making lots of frames? No, we did that last month. No. So I thought, if I bring one that I've pre-done, it really shows. And we get more techniques in, but you can see as it goes through, the frame's getting dirtier and dirtier.
Yeah.
But look at that.
It gets more distressed. It gets more kind of, say, shabby chic.
It gets more shabby chic, yeah. That's a polite way of saying it's getting mucky, let's face it.
Absolutely.
But again, just trim out the excess.
Yeah.
But, so we've got that using flat, we can make layers, we can make beautiful There we go. Backgrounds. We can stamp on it, and that's just using the green, the yellow, and the blue.
Gorgeous.
But I don't know another way to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is the thing. These products are a little bit different, but they are playful. They are phenomenal colors. John, will you reset for another demo?
Yeah,
Do I do a recap?
That'd be
Fabulous.
Great.
Now, of course, we have the set of 4 pigment sprays here for you. Now, this one is actually, they will work on fabric. Once you heat set them, you can rewash them. It can go onto a different sort of fabrics as well. And you can see this has been washed twice, and you still have got the vibrancy of the colors. Now, we did have an 8-piece bundle, but it did sell out. Oh, one has bounced back. So if you wanted a bottom of the screen for that one, but the set of 4, half the stock has gone. Now, these are the 2 options. A fastest fingers first for the set of 8, which you are also getting the dahlia, the santal, the cashew, and I think it's the sky one as well that you are getting. If you want to go for the set of 4, £16.99, 321848 is your item number. You know what? This is my top pick. If I could, you know, like if I was watching, this is the one I would go for. The reason being because, you know, I'm going to be honest, lucky tip for me means one thing. I had to experiment with colors that I don't usually. It means that 3 crafters, which are, of course, Jane, Penny, and Linda, are crafts you, people who have worked in the industry for a long time, who are crafters, who demonstrate, who teach, they know inside out. They are going to hand-pick 6 different colors that will want to work for you. Now, we have had a question about these pigmentizing draw inks. Can they be used on fabric, John?
They can be used on fabric. In fact, that's what I'm going to do in the next demo.
Oh,
however, they don't have the chemical in them
the binder
to stop them being machine washable.
Oh, I see.
So these are, I would use these for decorative pieces on fabric. And I would imagine if you wash it, you'll wash some of the colour out.
Yeah.
So something like that I wouldn't wash. So yes, they can be used on fabric, but use it for decorative pieces on fabric. Don't use it for, you know, T-shirts and things like that. You want machine washable. For that, you would use the ice or the pigment sprays.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I hope it has answered your question. Now, but the thing that they will dry on as well is on acetate, metal, so many different surfaces. They are a fun, you know, kind of medium to play with. 3/4 of the stock has gone. You're going to get 6 colors. We cannot tell you exactly which ones, but you know you're going to love them. £14.99 is your price. We're saving £6. 597118 is your item number. Then we have the Nature Deco paint as well for you. And now white taupe, water green, and glacier blue are the colors for this. We have had a question. Now, would they work on with Indian printing wooden blocks? So you know the ones that kind of the wood printing, you know, the block printing.
I would imagine that they would.
Okay.
To be honest, because they are, they would probably be very, very close to the traditional, because they use a lot of hemp-based paints and things over there. So I would imagine that they will. But again, these aren't fabric.
Right.
Fast.
So
they would work with the blocks on paper, but don't use them for fabric, which is the traditional way. Those are used a lot.
So it's one of those ones that you can try them. There is not a definite no, but of course it depends what sort of materials then you are stamping onto. There are lots of different ways of using them. Remember that you have got the first set that we are looking at is white taupe, water green, and glacier blue. That is the set of 4. 352405 is your item number. Then we have got the warmer tones. So we have got the rose boudoir. Then we have got the coral pink, the bordeaux, and then the lemon, the warmer tones. I love this color combination. £16.99, 122712. And then the final set that we have got is the black, the turquoise, the jungle green, and a blood orange. £16.99 is your price. 615014 is your item number. Then we have, of course, the ice glaze next from Izink, and these ones are phenomenal. Like John was showing, it's just so easy, clean and simple to make backgrounds that then you can stamp on, but also you can use them as texture paste to go onto your fabrics as well. Look at that. And then of course you are getting metallics in here. You're getting the only complete collection that is left in the whole counter. 18 pouches for of 80 ml. It's kind of really easy to kind of have them in here. And if you want to go for smaller bundles, we do have those ones as well available. You are saving £10 though if you go for the full bundle, or 3 interest-free payments of £29.65. 156852 is your item number. You can jump into the website and you will find everything that we have got, all these different options. I would definitely go for at least 2 of these options. We try to cater for all budgets, and I always say that that's very important for all of us here at the craft store, to make sure that we have got offerings in different price points for you to kind of make sure that you can experience the joy of crafting. Now the stem cells, now they are technically sold out. Now remember that if technical sellout means that if you have them on your baskets and you check out your baskets, you will still get them. However, if you do not check out your baskets right now, what happens is that somebody else will come in, because the baskets auto refresh every 10 minutes, and that means that they jump out of your basket and somebody else has a chance. So if you want the chance for you, check out the baskets. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
I wasn't actually listening to that bit, but I know what you mean about. I mean, I have fallen foul of not checking out my basket.
I have
in the past. In fact, it nearly happened, not last night, the night before.
Right.
And I put something in my basket.
Yeah.
And then my phone rang, so I had to answer it.
Yeah.
And it was the boss. So I went out, answered the phone call, came back, went back onto the website, and it had dropped out of my basket.
Oh,
and I turned around and Sam went, "Was it that?" I went, "Yeah." He said, "It's okay. I realised what was happening and I've got it."
Oh, Sam.
I think it was Stamperia, actually.
We all need a Sam in our lives.
But yeah, literally the phone rang in the middle through, and by the time I came back, it had fallen out of my basket. I went, "It's okay, it's still here." And then I went to press to pay and it wouldn't let me, it had gone. So yeah, but all I'm doing now is, again, I'm using the same stamp, because I'm wanting to, this is to show you the techniques. It's not about the stamps and dies that we're using. So this is my butterfly, but can you see there, this is onto fabric, and this is a really cheap piece of calico.
Right.
Nothing spectacular, yeah? And again, I've used Versify, because this is going to be an art piece. If you can see, I've actually frayed all the edges.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be actually using this as a, I'm not going to be using it as a cushion or fabric or anything. It's just go on the front of a card. But this is what I love about these, because this shouldn't work.
Okay. Yeah.
And it genuinely shouldn't work.
It shouldn't.
Because these are pigments. So 1, 2, 3,
by the
4.
way, very busy.
So I picked 6 random, literally. I picked 6 random out.
They work because they're beautiful colours anyway.
So I'm just going to lay down. Let's go with a little bit of green to start with. And I did just grab these literally at random from my box. So I'll probably find 1 or 2 of the colours have run to the bottom because I've used them so much. Yeah. Okay, let's go a little bit of red, and we'll go with a little bit of the orange. Okay. There we go. So these are pigment inks that will work on metal, as we said. So I showed you them using them on metal. They worked really simply, I've now got a water brush, and all that's in here is water. Yeah. See how much colour there is, because that's from when I used it earlier. So now I'm going to take some of the green, mix with the water, but watch it just paint onto the fabric.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, really simple. I'm using a medium water brush. The small is just that little bit too small.
Okay.
But you can see here. And the thing I love, I always say this because people ask me so many times about water brushes. There are 2 different styles. The one I use is the Crafts 2 one, and they're a slightly different style from like the Koi one that, say, Jenny uses.
Right, yes, sure.
They are designed to flow all the time. Yeah. These are designed not to flow unless you squeeze.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I'm painting fabric, I don't want to flood it.
No.
So if you see here, as that runs out, can you see it getting drier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know if I put it there, you see it's getting drier. Yeah. It will only run water when I squeeze it to get water to come out.
Yeah.
Now, I prefer that because I don't want to flood my work.
Okay.
Other people prefer one that flows all the time. I won't embarrass you by asking your preference. It depends on what product you're using, though, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And of course, the thing is that as long as you know your tools, then, of course, that means that, you know, kind of if you know what they do, they're meant for, then you have got that preference as well.
Exactly. If I'm using them for pens, I want the sort of flow as of a constant flowing one. But for paints and things like this, what I actually want is one that doesn't overflow. You can see, instead of it going watery, it doesn't. I'm picking up more ink with it.
Absolutely. Over 80% of the stock of the Lucky Dip of the Izink pigment inks has gone. If you want yours, you know what to do. Check out those baskets. Back to you,
So
John.
you can see there I've gone. So I'm now going to go with a little bit of the bright red. I'm going to add a little bit of water. Again, just to get the viscosity down. Which, again, this is the bit that shouldn't work.
Yeah.
But I'm just...
I love the colour. I mean, I'm yet to see a colour that I don't love in that range.
There isn't. I thought at first, oh, well, I'm a blue person.
Yeah.
And, you know, I absolutely love the volubilis and I love the topaz and those sort of colours. And then I thought, as I got more sort of, I don't know, I can't think of the right word. The more I played with them, the more I thought, oh, hang on, I'm not a green person, but the greens in here are beautiful. Every single colour just works. So this is just, you can see, flowing straight onto the fabric. It's not running out. And with the water, I don't know if you can get that. Can you see there how I'm pulling it out? And the colour is actually getting lighter as I pull out that colour. That's as it gets a little bit more water into it, which, again, shouldn't work.
But it does.
But it does. So I'm going to go with a little bit of orange here from the middle and just pull that out, but they blend together so beautifully.
They do.
Yeah? But it's the fact that I've just used these on acetate. Yes, I can use them on card. Yes, I can use them for backgrounds. But the fact that I can use them on fabric as well.
Yeah.
A little bit more red. We'll pop. But get that fine. And now I'm going to go with a little bit of blue.
Yeah, well, they are approaching limited. Remember that you're going to get a Lucky Dip of 6 beautiful colors for a 6 of, you know, and actually you have got a £6 saving, £14.99, whichever colors you're going to get. And remember, this is not just factory, somebody who has no idea about crafts or colors. No, they are going to be handpicked by one of 3 crafters. Jane, Linda, or Penny are going to handpick those 6 colors that are going to work. To me, as a crafter, you know, I know Penny and Jane for about over 18 years or 19 years. And this is the thing. I know that they are crafters. I know that they kind of know what goes together. So I have got completely confidence, and I can tell you that you are going to get 6 colors that you're going to love. Maybe are not going to be the colors, your favorite colors, but they are going to be a perfect exploration of colors. Now, taking you out of your comfort zone, and of course that's going to be even better to explore different ways of using it. There are now limited stock, so grab yours by checking out your baskets. £14.99, you're saving £6. Staying with you, John.
Right. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to. It's the same idea, but I'm just using so I'm sticking to the 6 almost that I've been given, which I've pulled randomly out of mine. And they're not necessarily the 6 that I would have chosen, but they just paint beautifully on the fabric. And the thing is, you can mix them. So don't forget, you've not just got 6 colours, because you can mix them together. I'm using a little bit of orange in what's left of that green, and I'm going to add a little bit of red to it, to give me like a brown.
Yes, I can see that.
So there I've got a new colour that isn't in there, which is perfect actually for putting the bodies in, or a little bit more colour onto it. So I can colour through my butterflies.
Yep.
So I can colour all of those as I've done. So if I pull that up, you'll be able to see there sort of the different colours that I've been doing.
I love that.
So the sort of the yellow, the green going into the orange is not something you would normally do, but it fades so well. But you see here, I've gone a bit too dark.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. What I can do is, you may get a white. It's unlikely.
Okay.
if you get a white, but you might get a silver or a black or a different colour. So you couldn't take a lighter colour, so I'm going to take the orange. So I was going to put some white and I thought, that's not fair, but you can just, you can build
Oh, yeah. There you have that.
shades over the top, so you can take it down and change it if you want to.
Now we are super limited stock, so super limited that is now single figures. If you want yours, make sure that you check out your baskets. Remember, you're going to get 6 beautiful colors, and there is no one single color that is not beautiful in this range. They are pigment Izink. Whichever 6 ones you are going to get, they are going to be fabulous. 597118 is your item number. Look at those beautiful pigment inks. Well, and also there is something to what you said, that opening that box and kind of opening and see which colors you have got in there, and there's that element of wonder, the surprise. And also think about it, like we were saying, sometimes as crafters we go to our colors, like I've mentioned, pink, yellow, green and blue are my go-to because I like the zestiness, I like the brightness, but it's important to explore different color combinations. If I had stuck to my favorite colors, I would be doing everything red, black and white, and that would be quite boring, wouldn't it? I mean, as boring as my sense of style. That is, of course, what happens when you are crafting. You want to take in, you want to go into a creative journey, and having a lucky dip allows you to explore that journey with color. So do check out your baskets for that.
Yeah, you're completely right. I've recently been using an awful lot of pink, white and black.
Oh, nice.
And it just a weird, I just peeled them out by accident. That really works. As a colour combination, that really works.
It does.
So all I'm going to do now is just pick up, this is using, this is actually one of the wash brushes that you get in the set.
Okay.
Which gives you more of a wash. But I'm just going to use what's left just to almost make a sort of background.
I love that.
Pick up what's left on the mat. But again, it's just going straight onto the fabric.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take those out. Yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, there's not enough blue in there.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to add a little bit more blue, say.
Right.
I'm surprised there's not a lot all blue, because that is my favourite colour, but it was a random.
Absolutely.
So again, get some water out, because these mix in. Mix the colours together.
Yeah.
And they just, I just love this onto fabric. I know I'm just sort of playing now, but it just works so, so well. So just finish filling it up. But again, okay, so that's a piece of material. Yeah? So I'm going to do something else on that one. But again, if I steal, oh, where have I put it?
Oh.
How can I have lost my frame? I've been using it for everything.
Where is it?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yes,
it's run away. It's fed up with it.
It's
But
tired.
again,
It's having a siesta.
let's look at that one.
Ah, look at that. Oh, that's good.
Sometimes it is literally just, that's why I did last month's show about framing. That's just framing it.
Yeah.
So,
well, we have got some news about those pigments, inks, droplets. Now, they are a technical sellout. That means if you have them in your baskets and you check out your baskets, you will get them. Now, that is our 4th sellout. And now make sure to check out those baskets to not miss out. Now, the pigment sprays, we have them still the set of 4. We used to have a set of 8, but they have now sold out. We have got those 4 here for £16.99. Remember, yes, you are textile sprays, so they're pigment. They will be light fast as well as you can wash them, as long as you heat set them. Now, Tyron, I think you know what? You know what? We should see you in these jeans.
I did buy those white jeans for me, and then realised that I'm too old and too potato-y to get away with white jeans.
You can, of course,
so,
get up.
yeah, they have not been worn, to be fair.
Oh, well, you know what? I would love to see you in these jeans coming to the locker. Anyway, £16.99 is the price for those sprays. 321848 is your item number for these ones. And now we have got about 10 minutes left. What are we going to inspire?
Well, I was going to actually, I was going to go with a little bit with the sprays, but I'm also wanted to finish a little bit with the ice.
Okay, yeah.
So what I've done here is, this is the piece that I made with the pigments. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is actually sort of something I hadn't thought of, that Art Angel said to me she'd actually sealed, she's one of the bags, she'd sealed it by using the clear or the white. Now, what happens is, of course, when I do this, I can't actually then find my clear or my white. So I will probably use silver instead.
The details for the complete collection are on the screen. You are getting all 18. You are saving £10, and you can flexify into 3 interest-free payments. You can see them here. All of these ones is the item number you can see. You can get them in trios. The trios are the configurations you are seeing them now. But of course, the details on the screen are for all 18 of them.
So I'm going to use one of the stencils that was in the bundle.
Yes,
now, you're not guaranteed to get this stencil, but this is using the ice on top, and this is how easy it is to use through a stencil.
Okay.
And absolutely love this. And all I've done is I've put behind this the piece that I did earlier with the actual pigments.
Yeah.
So with the pigment droppers. So whilst this is a clear glaze, this is a silver version.
Right.
You can see when I peel this off, and I'll have to peel the fabric off because I didn't do it now.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. And it has got that shine.
That shine is what you're getting because it's got the metallic finish to it. But of course, we can use that like a paint.
Yeah.
And one of the things is I looked everywhere. I did a T-shirt on one of my sort of Craft Cave Live videos, and it's been washed 3 times. I've worn it loads. It was to copy a T-shirt from a designer that I couldn't find, and I could not, Sam and I could not find it for the last 2 days.
Okay.
Do you not know where it is? So I thought I'm going to replicate it. And it was a similar art, and it was literally...
Oh, I like that.
Just stripes going across. This is onto fabric, but again, this is a cheap bag. This was 99p.
Okay.
This bag. It wasn't from the 99p plus a penny store.
No, this one was on 90.
But this was just 99p from the shop I got it from.
Okay, and then suddenly you transform it into something completely unique.
You can make it, but you can stencil over the top, and you can actually even spray over the top. So I'm just mixing the colours in. But
oh, look at that.
I'm just... Now, come on.
Oh, that looks amazing.
I just love this.
Yeah.
It's just so easy, yet artistic.
Yes,
that anybody can, if you can do this, yeah, put a blob down,
right,
and you can take some sort of stencil, palette knife, and go across like that. You can do that, and this will dry, be machine washable. I'm just finishing off with a little bit of turquoise because it's supposed to represent the sea.
Yeah.
So the idea was I was going to stencil, but I can't. You might see this again next week because I will be able to then stencil the words sea and beach on it as I wanted to. Because I can't show you a product that's not out yet.
Oh, look at that.
There's a sneak peek. But then... So that's on the 25th.
On the 25th.
Now, I just hold that one up, if you can see there.
Yeah. I love that.
That could be on your T-shirt.
It could be.
It's just on a bag.
And then, of course,
but
look
that's
at that.
so arty. And again, just to be really, really naughty, if I wanted to do it, again, look at it.
The frame.
Look at it with your frame.
Look at that.
You know,
that looks, you know, that's amazing, beautiful.
So, last couple of bits.
Okay, I'll give you the details for the Izink eyes. Now, we have got the 18 pouches there of 18 ml in each of them. Now, they come, this bundle comes as full bundle, so 18 colors. If you want to experience and you don't want to go for all 18, they work into into kind of trios. This is the leaf collection. Now, this is most popular individually. You are getting the Glacier Green, the Frozen Peas and Greenland, £16 and 49 pence as well. Now we have got also the metallic option to go for. Now you have got them in here, so you are getting the cold gold, a snowball and cool copper. Now for those ones, the item number 233044 is your item number. We also have got the Flame. Now you can see here the Slurpee, the Polar Pink and the Frisia. £16 and 49 pence, 1/6 65681 is your item number. And then we have got another collection, which is, of course, the Sunrise melted butter, iced coffee, and whiskey frost. Oh, that sounds rather lovely. 607923 says the one who doesn't like whiskey. Anyway, we have Ocean, Arctic grape, then we have frostbite and crystal waters, 927439. And then we have got the last one, which we have got for you, is the wood, hailstone, iced tea, and winter night, £16 and 49 pence. 297689 is your item number. Now, John, we have got about 5 minutes left.
Cool. Well, I can probably do about 3 more things in that then.
Oh, absolutely.
Depending on that.
Yeah.
Again, pigment sprays.
Yeah.
I just want to show this, again, the coverage. I think it's really important, but how easy we can get something really different. So this, again, is just one of the LeBlanc boxes.
Yeah.
But you see that's already soaked in.
Wow. And look at the colour.
You can see where it's dry and where it's still alive. Oh, of course. There we go.
Yeah.
So I'm just going over them with a little bit of the green, and I'm just going to give that a waft with my heat gun. These trays you've got here are quite useful now.
Okay.
Sorry. Thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, I mean,
A few things changed for the craft store. So I'm just chasing that over, and it will drive it in. But because this is a pigment, instead of it being sort of driven off, evaporating off, it actually drives the colour into the product and gives you an opaque finish. So I'm trying to get almost a little bit like a tortoise shell look on it. So, there we go. I should have blotted some of this off, but I don't. Everyone knows I haven't brought a cloth with me, and I don't like using kitchen roll. So, there we go. Bubble it up, bubble it up. There we go. So we'll pretend that. So most of that is dry. But you can see.
Oh, look at the colour.
You've got a really nice, almost like a sort of seascape, straight onto the brown of the cardboard.
I love the intensity of that spray, the colours.
I just think it is so nice. But I'm going to use then, just positioning this stencil again. This is the fab thing, because that ice is dry now.
Okay.
Now remember, John, which one was it? Was it the grey or the black that you hadn't cleaned out properly?
Ooh.
I don't know. Remember. It was the black.
It was the black, yeah.
Which is the one that I always think of as the most important one.
Oh, and this is the absinthe?
This is the absinthe. No, this is the grey.
No, this is the grey. Sorry, cold is the black. Oh, look at that.
Straight over, so you can see there.
Oh, how gorgeous.
It's so easily done and aged.
It does. It has got a kind of, it looks like a Grecian kind of ceramic or something like that.
It does, yeah. I mean, again, for your collection, then we can start to add the, you know, you can pretty it up by adding the flowers. Yeah. I've got brought loads of these that are done with the ice.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
So you see.
And by the way, we have got a couple of the Lucky Dip of the pigment dropper inks. They have bound bags, they have bounce back, which means that, you know, if you have got a chance to get them fastest fingers first, make sure to check out your baskets. This is why we keep going on about checking out the baskets when it's a technical sellout, because of course the baskets out to refresh every 10 minutes.
Cool. I think that's everything.
That's
all I've got. Well, I can start something else. But
well, we have got about less than 3 minutes, so we can. Or 2 minutes.
Cool. I've got. Well, I'm going to go show
you. Oh,
you
have got
more.
something else as well.
I've always got something else.
Oh, this is not great. And now I want to remind everybody to check out their baskets. Incredibly busy 2-hour shows. Remember that John was here an hour ago as well, so we have got 2 hours on rewind that we'll be able to catch up on the website, thecraftstore.com.
So what I've got here is, this is the other stencil, because you've got 2 in there. So what I'm going to do now is, this is onto acetate.
Right.
And again, this is the ice. So let's go.
And that will dry on acetate. And
it will dry and be solid on acetate. That is actually a card where I have stenciled onto acetate. And then I've coloured on the back.
Okay, yeah.
So to do the same thing, I would just put a couple of blobs of a couple of different colours. And of course, it being me, I'm going to use blues and purples, aren't I?
Yeah, well, you are allowed to use whatever colours you want.
But I'm going to mix it with a little bit of silver. But it's the clear glaze of these. This is just fabulous. And again, think stained glass windows for Christmas. Actually, that's me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's given me some ideas for things I'm doing next. I'm starting to make next week.
Oh, exciting times ahead.
But I love that mix. So we've got less than a minute, I think, just to peel that stencil off.
Oh, look at that.
There we go.
And that will dry on acetate.
That will dry on acetate.
Wow.
And you've got then
fabulous.
That beautiful.
Love that. Really, really nice. Thank you so much, John. It's been an amazing 2 hours. Of course, it couldn't be any other way because John Lovewood is here to inspire us. And it's always that all those quick fire techniques that make our crafting so enjoyable. Thank you, John. When are you back?
The 25th, and I can't remember what day that is.
Well, tomorrow is 19th. That's all I know. So, you work it out. And next Sunday, actually, a week today. So now stay tuned because there is lots more. But check out those baskets. We had so many sellouts. So make sure that you do not miss out by checking out those baskets. Stay tuned, though, because we have got a final look at the one-day special from the Dreamies next.